Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest headline in the country is the blackout. The Latvian's media ecosystem, driven with guilt, has blacked out the details of the final report in the TRP case. But they will be defeated. For if you do a simple Google search right now, you can read the truth. There are three truths I want to bring before you tonight, viewers. Truth number one, that there was complete and total, abject and pathetic fabrication of facts against Republic. Truth number two, that after 2 years of an intense investigation, not a shred of evidence was found against Republic. Not a shred, viewers. But the biggest truth is truth number three. Truth number three, viewers, the truth which nobody can deny. Truth number three, viewers. Truth number three, that the channel originally named in the FIR in the TRP case, namely a channel called India Today, the channel personally given a clean sheet by Parambir Singh, Milind Bharambe and Sachin Vaze, namely India Today, is now the channel against whom some sensational evidence of alleged TRP manipulation has now come out as per the ED report, and that channel's name is India Today. Also a channel against whom a very serious investigation is now ongoing. And the channel is called India Today. My dear viewers, unlike them, we don't get personal. Unlike what they did, I shall not call India Today names. And neither shall I use this as an opportunity to attack them personally. But I must ask them, I'm duty bound to ask them, and I'm duty bound to ask the entire Latvian's media ecosystem whether or not they realize today that the entire country, not just me, the entire country, 1.4 billion Indians want to know the reason behind their conspicuous, deafening silence on the details of the real TRP scam. And I promise them, and I promise you viewers, as far as the TRP scam is concerned, I know your suspicions on who the real TRP scamsters are. You know who they are. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you tonight, the nation will also know. The truth is out. The truth comes out like a tsunami. The truth can never be hidden for too long. And the cash for viewership charge, ladies and gentlemen, I must report it tonight, that the cash for viewership charge has hit India Today. It's a big charge. The whole country is talking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number two tonight. The hypocrisy of certain sections of the media, their fabrication exposed, their falsehoods exposed. Should media hypocrites debate the TRP case tonight? I think they should. Ladies and gentlemen, that's debate number two. And here are the headlines this Thursday evening on the debate tonight. Across the country, it's gone viral. Over 30 news reports confirm that India Today is facing a big investigation in the TRP scam. Reports in the media mention India Today. India Today facing a serious cash for viewership charge. And it may not just be India Today. There are irregularities of another channel which are under investigation, say the sources. CBI to investigate criminal conspiracy and bribery angle. Media owners, policemen, politicians, and BARC could be under the scanner. Parambir consults his media handmaidens and is reported to have left Mumbai hours after the ED files the final TRP report in court. And the Latvian's media that debated Republic for over 6 months loses its voice on the final TRP report. It's called the gold standards of silence and hypocrisy. And ladies and gentlemen, I distinctly remember how 2 years ago, even before Parambir's press conference to target Republic, there was a network that had already deployed reporters in front of my house in Mumbai. And I don't want to get into how they were so quick or what kind of extra sensory perception they had, but it is amazing that the same network has not uttered a word on the TRP case when their own name has figured in the probe. A simple Google search will show you how the cash for viewership charge has hit India today. And yet they have nothing to say this time. Viewers, here is what you know so far, and then we shall debate.
2 years ago, a litany of falsehoods was peddled.
TRP ने जो अपनी एनालिटिकल रिपोर्ट सबमिट की है, उसमें जो नाम सामने आया है वो है रिपब्लिक टेलीविजन का, जिसमें के सस्पिशन ट्रेंड्स TRP के देखे गए। एंड जो तीसरी बड़ी आइडेंटिटी सामने आई है रिपब्लिक टीवी, उसके कौन लोग इस कार्य में मैनिपुलेशन में, क्रिमिनल ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट एंड चीटिंग के गुने में इन्वॉल्व हैं, उनके बारे में आगे का इन्वेस्टिगेशन जारी है।
That very day, we told you which channel was named in the FIR.
Especially after I put out the FIR, which mentions allegations against the India Today group, does not mention Republic TV, and says that people were paid money to watch India Today Delhi for 2 hours. Now, if this is the fact, and Parambir Singh does not investigate India Today, but in 24 hours closes an investigation against Republic and threatens to seize our assets and says that Republic TV, whatever it has, is the proceeds of crime. But the complaint is on India Today. What is the most significant matter, as they say in English, viewers, there's a phrase, more loyal than the king.
We showed you who the complaint was really against. We're putting out this report of Hansa Research. Along with BARC, India's official ratings measurement agency, and Hansa Research have conducted this investigation. I have that 7-page report. The entire report which named India Today, which nailed India Today part by part, is here. The report that India Today, along with Parambir Singh, tried to hide. I'm going to read out from this report. The report said that the increase in TRP ratings for any channel or program leads to an increase in their advertising revenue. Hence, some of these persons try to increase the ratings by making panel homes watch their channels against payment of money, and thereby manipulating the viewership of the said panel homes and also tampering with the barometers. We showed you every mail that cleared our name.
The entire fulcrum of the case was then BARC said that Republic found suspicious patterns, and this is the basis of Parambir Singh's action on us. Now, viewers, I have with me all the emails of BARC. Viewers, I am for the first time putting the BARC emails in the public domain. Dear Arnab, we are dismayed at the unfortunate hardship you had to go through. Our best wishes for your well-being. As you well know, BARC audience measurement and data validation process are based on statistical measures and thresholds as approved and reviewed by BARC, Technical and Oversight Committee. Any viewing which exceeds the predetermined threshold triggers further analysis, which, based on a set of additional criteria being met, results in the viewing being brought under the attention of the BARC Disciplinary Committee for further review.
And yet, hollow attempts were made to pin the blame on Republic TV.
Due to manipulation of data, and Republic TV was put on number 1. There are quite a few evidences which are enumerated in the report. So as per the report only, I am stating all these things. The report also states that this manipulation continued since 2016 to almost like 2019.
And now the final TRP report is out, and the channel named is India Today.
News report after news report has quoted the Enforcement Directorate charge sheet saying there is zero evidence against Republic Media Network. There is no statement, no exchange of money and no superficial forensic audit report.
The channel named in the final TRP report is the same channel which went into an overdrive right after Parambir Singh's press conference, calling Republic names, calling Republic TRP chore, saying Republic cheats Bharat. But today, after the final TRP report, they have not even done or issued a single tweet. And that's the reality.
As of this moment, no statement has been issued by the India Today group. They're talking about everything under the sun, but not this clincher.
The full report is yet to be accessed, but the findings are already glaring. The silence of India Today is telling. Let's debate.
We have with us Shravan Sen and Rhythm, who are with us, both rock stars, pillars of Republic. So proud of both of you for your effort, for your sacrifice, and your staying together. And we also have with us Ratan Sharda, Rahul Roy, who's a global entrepreneur and social activist, Swapnil Kothari, senior lawyer, Ishkaran Bandari, lawyer and I would say social media superstar, Major Gaurav Arya, India's most respected name in strategic affairs and my personal friend for many years, Barnali Basak, advocate, Brijmohan Srivastava of Sharad Pawar's NCP and Chandrasekhar Jha of Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena, the Shiv Sena wing which remains, the small part which remains with Uddhav Thackeray. It's a big day, isn't it? Most remarkable thing, Shravan, the most remarkable thing is that India Today, that is India Today of the Aaj Tak group, India Today, they are being investigated very seriously in the cash for viewership scam. After a 2-year investigation, there seems to have been something which has come out prima facie, which merits a detailed investigation into India Today. What exactly are they being investigated for? The people of the country want to know. Do they want to know? Ishkaran, don't they want to know? Swapnil, they want to know the truth. What is India Today being investigated for? Shravan, kindly enlighten us.
Well, in fact, Arnab, we did not have an iota of doubt about the fact that there was a channel which was colluding with the Mumbai police. Now it is out in the open. And the reason why we are saying this, first, a document that was put out by the Enforcement Directorate almost a year ago, following the attachment that was made in the TRP case. In fact, there is a table that has been put out by Enforcement Directorate, a list of households that they had basically, the statements were basically recorded.
Okay.
And each of those statements that have been recorded, each of those households where statements were recorded, same people recorded by Mumbai police also, all of them said one thing: we were never paid by Republic Media Network. Now the difference here is that there was only a statement recorded by Mumbai police and that's it. They were coerced to make that kind of a statement. But what did this enforcement director do? And I'm just purely relying on a document that has been put out in public domain for everyone to see, that provisional attachment order of the enforcement directorate upheld by the appellate authority, in which they have not only recorded the statement of those same very households, but also substantiated with data provided by BARC, which essentially showed that those very households who were paid, there is an unusual spike. An unusual spike of which channel? We all know. It's the India Today group.
And
Not
India
once,
Today has
not
been named.
twice, not
India Today
thrice,
has been
but on
named.
multiple occasions.
Named in the ED
multiple
report.
occasions, India Today group
You're
has
saying
been
India
named.
Today has been named. The name of the channel is out in the ED report.
It has been named, and it is already out almost a year ago. It is part of the same very charge sheet, a provisional attachment order is out in the public domain with full data that has been provided by the Enforcement Directorate coming in from BARC. And
now
the same very
this is what is quoted today in the Hindustan Times, been quoted, Rhythm. It says that the ED says...
This finds a mention in the full charge sheet that
this is what has been quoted, and this is what the whole country is talking about now. They're really shocked because viewers, do you remember, I think Rhythm, people remember that India Today was taking such a holier than thou position. They were saying Republic rigged ratings, Republic fake campaign exposed. They put my picture on their channel. They called me a TRP chore. And look how, you know, karma has come to bite them. The ED report says, and viewers, I'm quoting from the news reports, during the investigation, it has come across leads that certain households were watching India Today in lieu of cash from relationship managers. This is so upsetting. That cash was being paid via relationship managers to certain households to watch India Today, and this is a lead which has come out in the investigation, and apparently further investigation is in progress. Rhythm?
Yes.
This is all over.
Arnab, what you're saying is absolutely correct, because the ED report... Arnab, absolutely what you are saying is true, because there are two things that come out in this final TRP report. One, as Shravan mentioned, that the households have clearly said that there was no money exchanging. The second aspect is the financial audit report, which we just heard in that package, which Parambir Singh very valiantly tried to speak about on the 8th of October, which was even more valiantly shown by certain channels, where you said there's a deafening silence today. Those channels need to answer why the final TRP report is not being shown. And what about the financial audit report that Parambir and Milan Barambe were relying upon has to say, when the final TRP report says it was unsubstantial, it was superficial, based on an analysis of limited aspects. We are talking about facts, because a charge of fraud was put upon the entire channel, for which several people were called to the police station. They were summoned, interrogated, and today when you find out it all falls like a pack of cards, the real picture that needs to be asked to the media and the co-conspirators is this really the level you go to when it comes to envy versus integrity?
It's so conspiratorial. It reeks of professional jealousy. But it stinks. Swapnil and Ishkaran, the only word, it stinks. Absolutely. Of a conspiracy, and today that channel has lost its voice. Yes. Do you think the people of the country are not noticing this, Swapnil?
Arnab, everybody has been noticing since the past 2 years as to what has been going on, what has gone on with you. When I remember those days when you were behind bars, I think those were the blackest days of my life. I have never seen, or I have never been so disappointed, disgusted, and crestfallen. I have seen many battles, faced many battles in my life, but that was the toughest one. And my eyes still well up when I think about it. But I want to go past that and think of it, as some sort of a resurrection, in the sense of that you've come out larger than life, you've come out stronger. The Republic Network has come out stronger with global ambitions, which I'm glad that you announced during Republic Bharat Summit. Now, as far as the conspiracy aspect is concerned, I hope the CBI does its job without fear or favor. It doesn't stop midway. And it does its job, because criminal conspiracy is the key thing. I'm not interested in what the Enforcement Directorate looks out for 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees or whatever it is, or what cash they gave. When I spoke to people about this, they said, when I told them in my legal fraternity that 500 rupees de rahe the Republic TV, he said, kya baat kar rahe hain? Hum log to abhi tak wo 500 rupees dekh rahe hain. Hum log ko actually unko paisa dena chahiye, unko dekhne ke liye, because those are the superstars of journalism. So I said, that is true. And all you have to do is just switch on the channel. You don't have to pay them any money. That's how they work. And, their advertisers do the job, and that's 1,000 people that Arnab Goswami is feeding across the entire Republic empire. And it's, Arnab, it is shocking, it is shameful that media or any other media today is remaining silent, even through its newspapers. It is disgusting. I have never seen this kind of professional rivalry, professional jealousy.
They haven't put it out in their website also. They're blacking this out.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes,
That's
Arnab,
crazy, Ishkaran. How can they do that, Ishkaran? How can a media group do that? How can you do that?
Arnab, I remember the morning that cop who was in jail raided you. My phone didn't stop ringing, and I thought the only TRP scam Republic can be involved in, yes, your viewership being shown lower than it actually is. Because I think the entire India was calling that day when they were raiding you. So that could be the only scam, that your viewership is being suppressed or decreased. Now let me come to this case, Arnab. Satyamev Jayate and public vindication is always the best thing.
Thank you.
But one fact which, Arnab, I would request you as a lawyer, and I would want to do that if you want to do that, malicious prosecution as well as damages on the people who tried to fix you, so that a lesson is learned in India that if you try to use force, conspiracy to fix somebody, and lot of documents will come in during that process of how you've been taught to be fixed by the government in power, by the police officers, by your rivals. What an unholy combination has gotten together just because you are popular or just because you loudly speak about investigation into issues they don't want to be investigated. That is your duty.
No, but I feel duty bound. I feel duty bound almost as I'm listening to you, Gaurav. I feel duty bound to take this matter to court at the highest level, because I have no doubt that the Supreme Court will award damages in any case of malicious prosecution, given the fact that there is such stunning evidence that is coming out right now. This is a case of institutional persecution. And I have every intention to seek justice in every matter on this. And I'm getting swathed with calls since morning, Bernali and Gaurav. I'm getting swathed with calls saying, Arnab, don't let go. Don't let go. Do it for us. Make this an issue. Seek damages. And I don't know, this man doesn't have the guts to face me, Bernali. His name is... I want to ask Milind Barambe tonight. I want to ask Parambir Singh tonight whether they have the courage to face me. Yes, Barnali, what should be done? What should be done now?
Yes, you have to file for damages, because that should be a deterrent. They should know that you cannot falsify any case and fabricate it. Today, there is no evidence against you, and just do not lie low and just fight for it.
No question of it.
You have fought for 2 long years. You fought for it. Your entire team fought for it.
Yeah.
And as you rightly say, the nation wants to know. I think the nation somewhere supported you. I mean, you had a huge public support, and they today want you to fight for it and not just let go of it.
We are not going to let go.
They have to be taught a lesson.
We are not going to let go. We are fighters. Gaurav knows that. Gaurav. Yes, Gaurav.
Of course.
Arnab, it's not just about one Arnab Goswami of the Republic Media Network. I think the spirit of the Constitution has been wronged, Arnab. I think we as a nation have been wronged. Because I have never ever in living memory seen, such murder of the truth, such injustice, Arnab. And you've got to take it up not just for yourself or for the Republic Media Network. You have to take it up for every guy who gets up in the morning and switches on Republic Media Network, some channel. You've got to take it up for our viewers. You've got to take it up for those people who believe in the truth, Arnab. And above all, you've got to take it up for the spirit of the Constitution. This nonsense cannot be allowed to go on, Arnab. And you are in that position where you can take it up. Absolutely, Arnab.
Should I open the lines tonight? I feel it's one of those evenings, I feel like opening up the lines. And as I go into the lines rhythm, I will say tonight, and I want to say this to India today. What have you done? What have you done, India today? You said all kinds of things against me. You called me a TRP chore. You gave all your anchors went and did that. And today you don't want to talk about how your name has come out against a cash for viewership charge. What are you doing? Do you really think conceivably that the people of the country are not noticing this? They're noticing everything, everything. In fact, Chavan, I think, wrote an email to people at India Today asking for their clarification. And Chavan, have you got a clarification on the cash for viewership lead that is being reported all over? Have you? Unlike them, we actually wrote to them for their views because we practice good journalism. Have they issued you a clarification on this, on the ED lead about cash for viewership? Have you got a mail back or a response back,
in fact,
please?
Even till the time we went on air, Arnab, till the time we went on air, there was no public statement that was put out. Wow. In fact, through our social media networks also, we've sought for a clarification from their side, but there has been zero, absolute radio silence coming in from the India Today group. There has been no response from their side. They know about the fact that their name has come out. Over 30 news reports are already out, and almost all of them have quoted. It's not source-based information. They have quoted the charge sheet.
Yeah. You know, I tell you, on the 9th of October 2020, Aaj Tak ran this story. They said, TRP चोर रिपब्लिक के खिलाफ मिले पक्के सबूत देखे क्या बोले कमिश्नर. I'm repeating the words. इसको जरा रतन शारदा जी कहा, TRP चोर के रिपब्लिक के खिलाफ मिले पक्के सबूत देखिए क्या बोले कमिश्नर. Today, there is no hashtag. There is no prefix. There is no reporting on what has come out. And they think people will not notice. I think it is important that these networks now do shows on the TRP scam. Otherwise, it becomes obvious to them that they were using Parambir for their own purpose. I mean, people know it now, but it becomes too obvious, Ratan Sharda. It's becoming too transparent now what this was all about.
Yeah, when you're reading this news, I was remembered of the very apt proverb, जिसके अगर कांच के होते हैं दूसरों पे पत्थर नहीं फेंकते. And when you sowed the capsule in the beginning, the entire scenario of those days of nearly 1 month flashed before my eyes. The fear, the terror, the pressure on you, your manpower, your people, your team who stood by you, and the way you were thrown into jail. And see, I will go back a little further to this story. My point is that there have been bitter competition in the media earlier also. But journalists were pulled down, they were ridiculed, they were pulled down from their high perch. But I never saw a political power being used to get the editor arrested, to try to bankrupt a channel by competition. Never saw it. Last I remember, a ruling party tried to stop Ramnath Goenka, but I never saw other media people enjoying and clapping on the way. They knew what was happening, who was a TRP chore, but they went on ahead to defame you. And I think this is the worst kind of journalism I saw all these years. There is something called dharmic war in India. We fight wars, we fight battles, but we fight with following dharma. We don't follow below the belt, blows that these people are given. And this is the worst part of this entire story. And lastly, we must remember this man, these policemen who are now in jail, such a poetic justice. The policemen, the politicians who said Arnab ko atmahatya karni padegi, remember those days? Those people are in jail today. But this being in jail is not the solution, because they were the people for whom the hatchet man, these police people worked. And they should also be they should also be there.
I'd like to, you see, the point is also today
ultimately,
that this was
political. It was political, which was turned into legal and then into a TRP issue, which was exploited by people who knew the truth.
Well, when people asked me, I said today, Anupam Kher interviewed me a few days back, and he asked me, I said, anyone who has an axe to grind against me for the last 14 years got an opportunity. Now, I know that I made you uncomfortable, Brijmohan Srivastav. I know I made your party uncomfortable. I don't know about Mr. Pawar, but certainly I did make Nawab Malik very uncomfortable, because I spoke about his links with Tiger Memon. And there's another leader of your party whose properties have been attached by the ED. I think his name is Praful Patel. I know I made him uncomfortable, but so be it. You should have the ability to swallow straightforward reporting and criticism. And there must be a lesson in this for you and for the Shiv Sena and for all political parties. And that lesson is this: don't you dare, Brijmohan Srivastav, to think that you are bigger than the system. Or that you are bigger than the truth, or bigger than people. Don't you dare. Mr. Srivastav, at least I am one journalist, one media owner, one media editor who can say this to you on your face. Don't you dare. Have you learnt your lesson, Mr. Srivastav, please?
Will you allow me to?
But have you learnt your lesson? Have you learnt your lesson?
When this case was registered against you, on the same day I was on your channel. And on the same day I have spoken also this thing, that we are having no political vendetta with any journalist of this country.
Are you not?
The police has got some information.
So you
police is investigating.
Yes, what he says, right?
Investigating.
Wow. Now he pleads innocent.
Listen.
Now he pleads innocent.
Listen.
The Republic of
No.
time and again, sir, आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
It is in your record.
आज तो सच बोल दीजिए. आज तो सच बोल दीजिए.
I was only the person. I was only the political person who appeared on your channel on that day.
आपको पता था कि conspiracy है. आपको पता था झूठी स्टोरी है. आपको पता था कि पुलिस ऑफिसर आपके कहने पर ये सारे हंगामे कर रहे हैं, लोगों को जेल में डाल रहे हैं, पीट रहे हैं उनको, क्या बात, कैसे मालूम नहीं था आपको?
अरे सर,
अरे भाई साहब,
अरे सर, इस देश को क्यों गुमराह करने का काम कर रहे हैं आप? अभी मुद्दे पे बात होनी चाहिए। ये कैसे पता लगेगा कि कॉन्स्पिरेसी है?
दिख रहा था,
ये कैसे पता लगेगा कॉन्स्पिरेसी है? जब पुलिस कमिश्नर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में,
क्या ये टीआरपी का केस, टीआरपी का केस जेल में डालने वाला केस था क्या? टीआरपी का केस लोगों को मारपीट करने का, जेल में डालने का था क्या? उनके ऊपर एफआईआर डालने का ये केस था क्या? टीआरपी का केस मान लीजिए सच था, क्या आप इंडिया टुडे के लोगों को जेल में डालेंगे? आज नहीं डालेंगे, क्योंकि केस था ही नहीं क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस का। आपने उसको क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस बनाया, आपकी पार्टी ने बनाया, आपकी गवर्नमेंट बनाया। आपके नवाब मलिक ने कहा कि अर्नब गोस्वामी को खुदकशी करनी पड़ेगी, ये आपके मिनिस्टर ने कहा, आपको फिर भी कॉन्स्पिरेसी नहीं।
अरे say something
Let me be graceful, sir. आज तो ग्रेस दिखा दीजिए, आज तो सत्ता भी नहीं आपके पास।
Why you are making?
अरे आप आज तो ग्रेस दिखा दीजिए, कह दीजिए गलती हो गई।
ग्रेस
आज तो ग्रेस दिखा दीजिए, तो सत्ता भी नहीं आपके पास।
क्यों गलती हो गई? गलती किसने की? हमारी गलती इसमें क्या है? हमारी गलती क्या है?
आपकी गलती क्या है?
2 साल तक अर्नब गोस्वामी को परेशान किया, क्या नरेंद्र मोदी जी माफी मांगेंगे? क्या अमित शाह साहब माफी मांगेंगे? क्या बात करते हैं आप? अगर एक पुलिस कमिश्नर को इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहा है, गलत बात मत करिए,
मुझे बताइए,
गलत बात मत करिए।
आप मारपीट करते हैं, पुलिस स्टेशन में मारपीट करते हैं?
मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि पुलिस मारपीट करती है, क्या इसके लिए होम मिनिस्टर को आप जिम्मेदार ठहराएंगे?
बिल्कुल
मारपीट हुई,
मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया को जिम्मेदार ठहराएंगे? अभी दिल्ली के अंदर मारपीट की है, दिल्ली में मारपीट हुई।
I want to,
अमित शाह साहब को,
I want to, देखिए एक मिनट viewers, I want to read out a couple of, 1 second please, if you may please stop 1 minute please. I want to read out a few words today. These are the golden words. Please 1 minute please sir. Sir आप जरा ब्रिजमोहन जी मुझे जरा इत्मीनान से कुछ कहने दीजिए प्लीज।
ब्रिजमोहन जी,
I want to tell you, ब्रिजमोहन जी आपको एक बात मैं खुलकर कहना चाहता हूँ। मैं कुछ कह रहा हूँ, मेरी बात सुनिए ब्रिजमोहन जी, खुलकर कुछ एक कहना चाहता हूँ, मेरी बात सुनिए, थोड़ी बड़ी बात कहूंगा, सुनिए आप, मैं कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ। आप और आपकी सरकार और आपके एमवीए के जितने घटक दल हैं, ये हमसे डरते हैं क्योंकि सच्चाई हमारे साथ है और हम किसी से डरते नहीं। इसीलिए चार्जशीट से पहले और चार्जशीट के बाद आपके आपके लोगों ने कोशिश की, और मैं खुद, और 1 मिनट सुनिए, हम किसी से नहीं डरते क्योंकि हमने कुछ गलत नहीं किया। आपको डरना चाहिए। आपके पार्टी के लोग दाऊद इब्राहिम के साथ कनेक्टेड है कि नहीं है? आपके पार्टी के लोग दाऊद इब्राहिम के साथ कनेक्टेड है कि नहीं है? आपके पार्टी के लोग टाइगर मेमन के लोगों के साथ कनेक्टेड है कि नहीं है? आपके पार्टी के लोग आज जेल में है कि नहीं है? अनिल देशमुख ने षड्यंत्र की कि नहीं की? आप मुझे बताइए किस तरह की केस नवाब मलिक के खिलाफ है, संजय राउत के खिलाफ है? आप सबका उखाड़ देना चाहते हैं। मैं खुलकर आपको कह रहा हूं, बुरा न माने मान्यवर, आप किसी का कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकते, आप कुछ उखाड़ नहीं सकते, आप मेरी बात समझ रहे हैं ना? आप समझ रहे हैं ना? आप उखाड़ने की कोशिश मत कीजिए। आप ठीक है, जो तो आप क्यों कह रहे हैं मैं नहीं डरता हूं, मैं नहीं डरता हूं। मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूं, याद रखिए ब्रिजमोहन जी, याद रखिए ब्रिजमोहन जी, लोग देख रहे हैं ना। आप वैसे भी एक्सपोज हो चुके हैं। आप अपने आप को क्यों एक्सपोज करना चाहते हैं? I want to read out a few lines, viewers. I want to read out a few lines, viewers. आप जरा वॉल्यूम आप जरा अपना वॉल्यूम कम कीजिए। I want to read out a few lines. दोस्तों, I want to say something to the media, to my friends in the media. वैसे unlike them, Gaurav, I don't respond with this language, but they were so happy. One of those people, Hafiz Saeed's favorite journalist, said, I want to have a bucket of ice cream tonight. I said, have a bucket of ice cream every day. The day I was arrested, they said, I want to have a bucket of ice cream. I will send buckets of ice cream today, have it. But at least report it. They said the following words. और उन्होंने सोचा हमें चुभेगी, चुभती नहीं है। आज पर्दाफाश हुआ है, चुपती नहीं है मगर याद रहती है। गौरव कहा, रिपब्लिक टीवी टीआरपी चोर है आज तक। पैसा फेंको, टीआरपी खरीदो, आज तक। टीआरपी की चोरी, देश से धोखा, आज तक। और एंकर ने हंसते हुए कहा एंड में, जब मैं घर से निकल रहा था गाड़ी में, मेरे शॉर्ट्स को देखते हुए कहा, जवाब नहीं है सवाल का। अब क्या कहते हैं आप? मैं गाड़ी में बैठा हूं, आप एक्साइटेड हो रहे हैं शॉर्ट्स को देखकर और कह रहे हैं जवाब नहीं है। जवाब नहीं है। आज आपका जवाब है। Why doesn't Aaj Tak do a program on this? I would really appreciate it. In fact, I want to make an offer tonight, Gaurav, that I will come on the program and Gaurav Arya will come with. क्यों Gaurav? We'll both go.
बिल्कुल.
On India Today Aaj Tak. उनकी रेटिंग भी ज़्यादा हो जाएंगी. We will give our perspective. हम तो, you know, Swapnil, we are good people. We want to support the truth, so we'll go on the channel. But I am reading out their lines. They are cringing today. They are cringing today. By the way, Chandrasekhar Jha of the Shiv Sena, where is Uddhav Thackeray and why is he not issuing a statement right now? He was so supportive of Sachin Waze. He said Sachin Waze is not Osama bin Laden. He was supportive of him. Where is he tonight? Why doesn't he talk about it? It is his responsibility, isn't it? If he was fabricating evidence, as a person who was the head of the government, he has to face the people. Why isn't he facing the people and explaining his role in this scandal? Mr. Jha?
The first thing I should tell you that you have been charge sheeted by the Mumbai police in that case. That charge sheet has been already been taken cognizance by the court and you have to face that trial. Second thing that ED which the charge sheet has been filed against
you're really
other
funny.
media
You're really
houses.
funny, you know. You're really funny, Swapnil.
Let me.
he says I have to worry about Sachin Waze's charge sheet.
This is not
This is the
funny.
reality. Yeah. Okay, great. Please
I'll tell
continue.
you why it is funny.
Swapnil will respond to you. Swapnil will respond to you. You know that charge sheet is not worth anything anymore. You know that, right? You know. But answer my question. Where is Uddhav Thackeray tonight? Where is Uddhav tonight? Why is he not coming out? Not a word?
Why he will come to explain this?
Because it was his plan, wasn't it? Didn't he have a role in the conspiracy?
You want to tell that a chief minister has initiated
but didn't he have a
this
role
case?
in the conspiracy? I am saying it. I am saying the chief minister was behind the conspiracy.
It's a state case.
I am saying it clearly. I am saying it. 1 minute, Mr. Jha. Can you not hear me? I am saying it very openly that the ex-chief minister, Uddhav Thackeray, was at the head of the conspiracy because the conspiracy is impossible without the active participation of the head of the government. It is impossible that without a nod from the government, 200 armed policemen can come to a journalist's house, show force, assault him, fabricate multiple cases, even after being told off by the Supreme Court, continue to try to fabricate cases, use force, do everything illegal, try to torture the individual, fabricate another case, fabricate multiple cases, and now the truth comes out that there is not an iota of evidence. And then not just that, you actually gave a clean chit to India Today, which is now in a fix. Because you gave them a clean chit. Milind Bharambe, the Joint Commissioner of Police, gave them a clean chit without any detailed investigation. So of course I'm going to laugh a lot. LOL, laugh out loud at what you are saying.
So you understand
that. But Swapnil will give you a very detailed reply right now because I want to talk to people as well. Yes.
That investigation was boosted up.
Mr. Jha, let me deal with your point very, very legally, crisply. You said that Arnab Goswami will have to face the trial in the charge sheet which has been filed by Mr. Waze. First of all, Mr. Waze has to be present to pursue that charge sheet. One.
Not Mr. Waze, it is Mumbai police.
Mr. Waze was the investigating officer, perhaps you don't know.
He was the investigating officer. The IO has to be present. I'm just dealing with you in giving you the rudiments of criminal law. That's one. Just a couple of days before, a defamation case which was filed against Arnab was dismissed by the City Civil Court simply because the complainant was absent. So the complainant has to be present. Number one, even if the prosecutor is present, the IO has to remain present. If the IO does not remain present, there cannot be any further trial. Also, if there are witnesses, also you need to lead. So when these things are not there, and especially in the Anvay Nayak case,
So other witnesses will go haywire.
No. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you, the Supreme Court gave bail to Mr. Goswami. Let me finish, Mr. Jha, at least have the courtesy. Mr. Jha, at least have the courtesy to listen to someone. I heard you very patiently. Now you listen to me. I'm telling you just the simple points of law. I'm not telling one way or the other. I'm just telling you factually, legally. So simply, the complainant has to be present. The witnesses have to be present. The officer in question has to be above board. He cannot be tainted, or he cannot be himself behind bars for a long period of time. Especially now with the criminal conspiracy angle, and especially also the Supreme Court having given bail to Arnab, saying that there is no prima facie case.
There is another matter. There is another matter on which I want Rhythm to come in. No, Swapnil.
So it's
Swapnil. Chandrasekhar Jha, just wait a minute. Maybe you don't know, for which you can be forgiven. There's no problem if you don't know. But if you, after realizing that you don't know, if you want to be a hit wicket, you can continue. There is another matter which is very, very important, which Rhythm wants to point out. And before Rhythm points out, I want to tell you, viewers, have you ever heard of this phrase, the falling out of thieves? Have you heard this phrase? This is a fantastic metaphor, falling out of thieves. You know, and what has happened in this case, and I'm meaning it metaphorically, you know, people don't need to take it personally, though there may be a slight element of truth in it, even if taken literally. The fact is that these people fell out. And they all started saying, no, we didn't fabricate the case. He fabricated. No, we were all part. He fabricated a little bit. He forced me into it. And there's some material evidence regarding that, which we intend to take to the highest court. Rhythm can share it. Rhythm, over to you. Rhythm.
Absolute. And Chandrasekhar Jha, when you say, how are we talking about the Uddhav government? I, myself, Shravan himself, we have sources within the then Uddhav government. I was personally told much before the arrest that this is what was being planned at the highest levels. I'm not naming them, but this happened. Now, once this happened, surprisingly, I'm telling you, you personally possibly have not read Parambir's words to the ED in a statement where he himself in question 13 says Anil Deshmukh was meeting Vaze regularly. Anil Deshmukh, the then Home Minister, was meeting Vaze regularly for taking briefing, for giving instructions regarding
both are responding to him.
Investigations, including the TRP case.
In fact, just to add to this, I can perhaps, for the benefit of Mr. Srivastava, also that I can give you specific timings. Mr. Srivastava, just hear me out. This is something that we've known for a very long time, but it's high time it should come out in public. Mr. Srivastava, I can tell you the exact room number. I can tell you the exact room number. I can tell you the exact time when the meeting took place. And the fact. Let me also tell you, your blue-eyed boy, Parambir Singh came with a proper presentation. Saying that what are the things we can do against Republic Media Networks. So please,
absolutely,
Mr. Srivastava, at least tonight, be honest. The entire nation is watching. Please don't forget that we do have information of the room, of the time, and of the presentation that was prepared by disgraced cop Parambir Singh.
And then how media channels and certain editors were flown to Bombay, were flown to Mumbai to have interviews at that time. This is also something which we have information along with the air tickets, and also this is not something today that you can try and put under the carpet.
I have phones are ringing off the hook. Rahul Roy wants to you. Rahul Roy watching this. You've always been a supporter of Republic. Over to you, sir. You're seeing the response, you're seeing the debate. Your thoughts, Rahul?
Arnab, all I can tell you is, as soon as you are arrested, you know it's not just India. The entire world reacted. If people believed in this TRP charges, all the manipulation done by all these chief whips, then there won't be thousands of people out on the street in London and in US and in India. All I know is the final verdict comes from the people from our origin who always believed in you, believed in Republic Channel, because of your content, which always carries not the facts, but also the challenges of this country. Republic Channel, in my opinion, has been created to do some cleansing work.
You know, we are one channel that can open the lines and speak to people. Our first caller this evening, I'm told, is Vinod Aruk from Bengaluru, and he's a motivational speaker. Hi, Vinod. Hi, Vinod. Can you hear me?
Congratulations, Arnab.
Thank you.
It's an historic day.
It is. Big day.
Certainly, I think there's some divine intervention
Yes,
which
there
has
is.
happened. From the time I remember Palkar incident, and then it went on, and finally the Antilla incident really
Yes.
cracked it.
Yes.
Because nobody could escape it.
Yes.
Because there was that inquiry and the continuous work what you people have done and your team, really courageous.
Vinod, thank
You
you.
have taken on a huge mountain, which nobody would have ever expected. You know, a result which would come out in this way, and it's certainly a wonderful day.
Thank you,
And
Vinod.
we're all proud of you. And I think you've been going on from state to state
Yes.
to launch your channel.
Yes.
That's great. And I
Trying.
know that in Bangalore.
Hope to come to
soon you're gonna
Karnataka
be
too
there.
someday.
Absolutely, I'm going to meet you when you're here.
Yeah.
And,
But it's lovely. But it's lovely, Vinod. Thank you for your love, Vinod. And Saket is calling in from London. He's watching from London. Hi, Saket.
Hello, good evening, Arnab.
Good evening,
first of all,
Saket.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope you're well.
Yeah.
I think firstly, Satyamev Jayate, as we call, as we say. So I think nothing beats. It's absolutely delightful to see you coming out of all this trash.
I hope
what was kind of a muck which was thrown at you.
Yeah.
So I think as some of your panelists just mentioned, I think we just need to keep up the force going.
We
through.
have to, Saket.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to put these channels and digital print media down, because I mean there's definitely one thing that we definitely need to do here: put the fake media down and bring and make Republic the #1 network, not
we'll
just
work.
in India. And I think something outside of India that you just promised. So I think best of luck.
Thank you, Saket. I'm going to take in a few more callers as well. But this is all very inspiring, Gaurav. Very, very inspiring. And Shravan, you know how difficult this has been for us. It's been a big fight for us. You want to share something tonight with everyone about this fight a little bit? People want to know. And people ask us, do you have bitterness towards group like India Today? I said, absolutely no bitterness. I just want India Today to learn to be honest. That's all that I'm saying tonight. Yes. Shravan.
There's absolutely no doubt about the fact, Arnab, that this has been an arduous battle. The fact that almost on a daily basis, this is exactly what was told to us, that this news channel is going to shut down. We have put people behind bars. Everything was told to us wherever we were essentially going. And there was this, perhaps this element to try and bring us down. This entire conspiracy to bring us down almost on a daily basis. And it was always said that we are not going to come back. We'll not be able to spring back. But I don't think for any one of us here in the newsroom, not just us, we have over 1,000+ people working. It's just not about both of us here in the studio. I think so today we're going to speak for every person who's helped us building this network brick by brick on behalf of everyone. I don't think so we ever had an iota of doubt keeping you in mind that we would have surged ahead. The fact that even when we had the most difficult times, we were in a position to launch a new channel altogether.
Yeah.
I think so that says a lot. And
no problem.
I think so that's our biggest learning lesson.
And for me the learning and this all of this has been, I often think that the tragedy in this country, the media never comes together. But when it came together this time, Gaurav, it came together not to defend national interest. It came together to defend corporate interests. What a terrible thing. What a terrible
Absolutely,
thing.
Arnab. Arnab, you always say that, and you've said it so many times on television that, it's important to be a nationalist. You can't be a journalist if you're not a nationalist.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this test, this litmus test, they have failed, They came together for narrow
corporate
interest. Absolutely, narrow corporate interest, narrow political interest, jealousy.
I'll take one caller.
That is why they came together.
I'll take one caller. I'll drop some breaks if required. We have Vishwa who's calling in from Maswada. Vishwa, hi. Vishwa?
Hello?
Vishwa?
Hello?
Is that Vishwa?
Hello, yes, Arnab sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
Yes. Sir, I am a student from Baswada, Rajasthan, and my entire family watch you every day.
Okay.
And when you are covering the Susan case and the Palgar case, my family watches you entire day, all working, and nationalism comes from you.
Thank you. I have a connection with Rajasthan. I studied in Jodhpur. My father was in the Border Road Task Force in Jalimvila's Palace, working there for the army. I traveled the length and breadth of Rajasthan. A lot of memories come back. But you know, I thank you for your support, Vishwa. And our next caller today is Lakshman from Baroda. From Baroda, Lakshman. Lakshman. Sorry, I got your name wrong. How are you, Lakshman? You're watching this? Are you anticipating for the full report? I'm waiting a lot, very eagerly.